quite a lot of newspaper ahead, but not here in Los Angeles. They haven't been able to.
No, nobody can come and do interview.
You see, there were three main newspapers that they were approaching: the Los Angeles Times, the Daily News, and the Herald Examiner. And none of them wish to.
But then what about this? What about this gentleman Marwa? What was he saying? How will he be in contact with you? What was his idea?
Well,
Have a folk and a food.
his idea was that we should mount a reception, and he would invite
The
various
press.
notable people and members of the press.
I see.
But then he found that the notable people that he wanted to invite were either not available, or the mayor said he didn't attend such functions. So at that time, Marwa said, I don't know what to do at that point.
But when will they be available? I find out. You see, we should find out when will he be available. Also, if they could arrange an interview with any one of these people also, possibly. छह लोकांचा से interview करायला काय हरकत आहे. और Yogi Mahajan has arranged something, I think, in San Francisco.
In something on top of the, as well as the.
San Francisco, there's some article coming in.
Yes, they've arranged for a fellow with the unlikely name of Randy Schultz is attending the first program, and will be reporting on that. I'm not quite sure whether they've asked for an interview or not, but I will know that tomorrow. Certainly he is attending the first program with a view to reporting on it. That's the main San Francisco newspaper.
But that's a different thing altogether, isn't it? The kind of thing we have had really in Australia is the best time. So nobody would be interested in interviewing or something.
Not in Los Angeles.
But they're also just a reporting, but not. It's going to be a reporting, no interview as such.
That we don't know yet. No.
Would you like any Coke or water or anything to drink?
No, it's all right. Can I have a spoon and a fork? So it's worth it, you see. I mean, I don't know. तो ये फिर मतलब ये कि अगर ऐसी एजेंसी की बात है तो एजेंसी तो हमको कभी मिल ही सकती थी. बराबर. आने का. प्रश्नच नहीं.
Mother, there was some story with a woman from the Daily News whom Baker and Winoka was talking to about interviewing you. She'd done something on Muktananda, and there was trying to be some negotiations with her on that you would speak against Muktananda or something. And then she
was speaking against Muktananda.
Darling, can you remember what happened with that?
All I know is that she said that she'd rung a number of people, etc., Indian consulate, etc., and nobody knew you, so she didn't want to know anymore.
Where was it?
This was the woman from the Daily News. She'd rung people in the Indian community to see if they'd ever heard of you, and they hadn't. So we then gave them names.
Even the ambassador knows me.
Well, we then gave them names of people who did know you, but she still wasn't interested apparently. So our next lead was the Rajneesh articles. Our next attempt was to try and get at them through the Rajneesh articles, but...
Rajneesh what?
There was a series of articles about Rajneesh.
Against him?
No, it seemed more for him, really. So we thought that if we could say that we knew a lot against Rajneesh, we might get some publicity that way, but that would be negative from our point of view. 'Cause that's what happened in Los Angeles.
So, 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 so,
the other area in Los Angeles is I had met and spoke to one fellow when I was across here last year, a fellow called John Dart on the LA News, the Los Angeles News, and gave him a lot of information. And since then, I've been sending him information with a view to preparing him for this tour of yours. But when it came down to it, he said no, he wasn't interested in doing an interview. So that was after about 6 months of contact.
6 months of solid legwork.
पण असं कसं मला समजत नाही. They are more political minded people, but there must be some magazine or something that deals, okay? Like Yoga Today or someone. Locally कोणाला माहित असेल ही गोष्ट? Locally.
That's what I asked this, what is that Singh? What is his name? Inder Singh. That's what I asked. Do you know people who could write some editorial in LA Times? I told him there was an editorial written on false gurus from India. Then there was an editorial written on this man from Bombay who controls industry. What is his name?
I know. माहिती आहे मला. Suraj Pal. He knows me very well.
So I said, why not write an editorial? Do you know somebody who could write any column? Thank you. Why don't we start?
They seem only interested in they only seem interested in sensational news. I mean, we could approach them and say that there was a controversy at the church, but that would be
No, but you should say it's sensational because it cures cancer.
Yes.
It is the most sensational thing that one could think of.
we could try that aspect. We've played that down until now. We've played that aspect of curing down until now, but we could try that.
No, but wherever it is needed, you must do it.
Right?
But now, just no question.
I think the press agents have worked in that area. Because one of our press agents have been talking to the press in that area, because one of the things that interested them most was the fact that there was a cure for AIDS.
So
that had been discussed with the newspaper.
So still they are not interested.
It seems like the interest here lies in Los Angeles, lies in television. It is, of course, television town. It's the television capital of America anyway, and probably the world.
And nobody reads newspapers, I think.
Not really. Yeah, people read, but you know.
I would think that there are people all over the world who probably know what Los Angeles looks like better than they know cities in their own country. I'm sure of that, just because so many shows are filmed in Los Angeles.
So this is the place city. For more for the show on the television.
Our people do.
The East Coast of America are more oriented towards newspapers. I think newspapers are taken rather more seriously on the East Coast than here on the West.
But you see, like something like Reader's Digest or something, because Sue Arnold from that, what is that paper in London?
Daily Telegraph.
She interviewed me and she felt the feelings. So you could use that. Have you got that article with you?
Yes, we have in the press book.
Reader's Digest is something substantial, and I have great faith in that too.
Mother, there are weekly newspapers that they sell in the grocery stores that just deal with things that are sensational. And if we went and said something of the sort like UN diplomat's wife claims to be Holy Ghost, I'm sure they'd publish it and it would reach millions of people.
Really?
I don't know whether that would be acceptable.
I mean, that's a bit too much. But
We've tried those papers.
you can say that people say she's the one prophesied by Christ as the Holy Ghost. Many claim, many believe. But don't bring UN. Diplomat's wife, you can say.
Well, they turn any kind of story into that kind of story, and they reach millions of.
Well, UN need not be.
That's not good.
We can say diplomat's wife. Or diplomat's wife.
Well,
many believe that she's the prophesied Holy Ghost of the Bible.
Often when you speak to the newspapers on that point, Mother, they become extremely careful.
No, he says that they are sensational type. Another type.
That's different. That's a different group.
I don't think anyone's approached those papers. And they love to. I mean, if they actually came and met you, what they would write would be unbelievable. I'm sure.
Okay.
They would really take it to extremes. You know, they would go once they come and meet you. What they write is
So why not meet them?
I think it was a question of whether it was appropriate.
No, why not? Claimed by many or proved by many, something like that. Not that I claim, but say, others say.
Publicity in Australia.
Isn't it? You can say like that. Can't be.
Many of them, and they're always right there in the stores. If you go and buy something in a grocery store, you always see every store. Papers.
But you think they'll listen to you?
Oh, it's a great story.
Can you try that?
We'll try if you want, Mother.
But where do you find them?
They're published in different places. One of them I know is published in Florida, but their reporters are everywhere, especially in Hollywood. So, and they have.
So we should find out a reporter.
We'll try.
Maybe we should get one.
If you ask these boys, Claudia and company.
I don't know that they'll like that idea very much.
No, it's all right. I mean, many people claim, you can say like that.
Maybe we should show Mother one of those papers.
Yeah, they're pretty awful.
What do you think of it?
Mother, there's no more Coca-Cola. Would water be all right?
On water now. No, if it is done by somebody else, I don't mind. As long as you don't say that I claim it. You can say acclaimed by so many.
We realize how easy it was.
But what do you think, we had a big response yesterday?
No.
It was not such a big response. Very ordinary.
I think Monday maybe more. I think I told that woman that there was going to be controversy.
Huh?
I told the woman who was running the place that there would be controversy beforehand.
So she was all right.
She said that was no problem. But I think they weren't expecting what they got.
They were not expecting what?
They weren't expecting all these
Shoutings.
Yeah.
No, I think these are paid people. They do it everywhere. We had one in Geneva. I became so furious. We had to call the police. And when the police came, they said, "You are here too. Again you are here." Like that. As if he's a sort of a professional man.
Regular.
Iron troublemakers.
No, I think that wasn't so many, Mother. It was better than last Los Angeles. It was better than last time in Los Angeles. But it wasn't what we were expecting.
Something over 200 was the. Something over 200.
No, far. Small one half. खान के लिए समोसे. It depends on, like Australia has more newspapers, perhaps.
Sign.
You can say that one of you can be called as the one. They say that they can be interviewed also. You can say that we claim that she is the one. You all can say that because if she does counsel you, she does tell you all these things. She is the one who redeems you, gives you realization. 4 or 5 of you can just tell that yes, we claim it that way, isn't it?
Yeah. Usually they make up their own story. They try just to get the sensational part out front with a photograph.
So these people can go and say that.
Danny and I had thought of doing that a long time ago, Mother.
A good idea. I don't mind. You people can do. I mean, if you take these people, you see, they can say that yes, we do claim. You see?
Let's try this.
Yes, you can say. Why not? You all can say it.
I'll get in there and say it.
Yeah. Anything you can claim. I mean, they can't prosecute for that.
Why don't you put it to the PR people, see if they'll somehow or other get us up front with some...
They should say that there are some people from Australia, other people, doctors, and this, they claim that she is the Holy Ghost, which is being proclaimed.
I've said it publicly before.
If you cannot hold it this way, try to hold it that way now. There's no harm in that.
Then it will...
That'd be really good.
Let's have a go at it.
Huh?
Let's do it. Let's get into these people tomorrow, see if we can ring them. And line it up for even tonight.
You should say that we were fed up with Christian nonsense. We are looking for the answer for this. Went round seeking a person who would be.
I can say that I've done this, reading into the scriptures.
All this. And that's what they got it with his newspaper. And he actually claimed.
There's nothing wrong in that, eh? It's very...
There's no wrong, you can say somewhere some. Calling somebody bad is liable, calling somebody good is not. What did she say?
She's worried that they might turn it into something ugly about you.
What?
Or ridiculous.
How?
I'm just worried that they'll say unpleasant things about you.
How?
Well, you know how sarcastic they are.
Huh?
They're so sarcastic and cynical.
But how? See, if you claim something, why will they say something sarcastic?
Keep it at a high level. And we keep it.
You should say she's the one who understands consciousness. She's the one who's talked about consciousness. She's talked about all the religions. She's talked about all the great people, and I don't understand how can that be buried. We have to do something. What ugly things they'll say about me?
No, it's them.
Huh?
It's not you, Mother. It's the way
What can they say? You see, what can they say is the point we should see now. About me, what can they say? We should go to the last limit. What will they say? Like so far, people who have criticized me the most are these news of the world. They said she's the head of a sect, that's all. But if you talk to them, you can say that she doesn't have any sect or anything.
Yeah. I think we can keep the standard of it high. They can't misreport it. Well, I mean...
If you people go and speak...
The way to do that is to film it. the way to stop them from misreporting it is to have the cameras there and film it.
We'll do that.
Yes, that's
Because
it.
that way, if they distort anything at all, then they've got a slander or libel suit on their hands, which will
Yeah,
cost them
that's it.
cost
I
them
think
many
she
millions
gets
of
into
dollars.
left side. Put
One
yourself
thing
into
you're
one.
always scared of, and that's it.
Never think like that. You see, if you think, that thought works out. Alright, don't worry. There's nothing to be worried about. What is there? You can always claim something. Which is, nobody can.
We did it loud and clear in Sydney, and we just said who she was.
Huh?
We said who she was, and that was it. And the audience shut up. And
You did say everything there. Americans are not so bad like English journalists, I tell you.
I think the Americans will accept that.
That's straightforward.
That audience that came and shook hands with you at the end of the program, Mother, is ready for that.
You see, what I'm saying, that they are not so bad as the English sinister
Not at all.
journalists are. Actually, you don't know how you stand with these English sinisters. Yeah. How they will. Here you, I don't think they can do like that. English journalists have become, you see, like barking dogs, I tell you. See, their hero is that horrible fellow Robin Day. I mean, he won't exist in any country but in England. People like him because he's so arrogant, isn't it? They can't put slander on me. They cannot. They should know I'm having a position in life. At the most, what can they say? That's what I'm saying. Don't get into worries. At least there will be some sensation.
Yes.
Like somebody tried to criticize me in India, saying that people claim she's Adi Shakti. She stole my photographs of my puja and she published it. And people came in thousands after seeing the photograph. Yeah, and then I closed that horrible paper for me. So it's alright.
Had a double effect.
Had a double effect, I tell you. Those CP and all of them were boiling so much, and then the thing was closed. They know all about it. कितने भीड़ तुम थे उस प्रोग्राम में? There were almost about 6,000 people for that program in Delhi. Can you imagine?
My parents read that article. Somebody wrote a rather nice article about it. तब से काफी negative
लेकिन उसमें था ऐसा कुछ नहीं. सहयोग के बारे में उससे अच्छा लिखा था. पर जो फोटो देखते उस पहले वो लोग तो देखो. अगर में सिख लोग हैं ना, सिखों का क्या हो गया है कि बड़े अधर्मी हो गए और they can't face it. रियलिटी को फेस कर सकते. इतना बड़े धर्म से जो गिर गए हैं, बहुत गिर गए और they can't face, they don't want to face it. ये बात इसलिए सिखों का पोजीशन है. I've realized it now.
They want me to pass it to you.
Because all kinds of people are Sikhs. हर तरह के शराबी, कबाबी, लंदी, फंदी, दुनिया भर के चोर चुचक्के सब. और अब ये लोगों को समझ नहीं आता कि वही लोग वहाँ पैसा देते हैं, चंदा देते हैं, वही आते हैं वहाँ, वही महाभोग लगाते हैं, फलाना करते हैं, ये होता है वो होता है. अब इनको कैसे डिस्कार्ड किया जाए? सब इंक्लूडेड है.
भी बहुत अहंकारी है.
अहंकारी बहुत है. तो क्या होगा कि बगैर अहंकार के जी भी नहीं सकते. सब उन्हें फाड़ खा जाए. So stupid are they. And I mean, if they read a little bit of literature, they will know. It's never done in the house like a regular bar there. Just like a pub.
घर का पैसा भी उसी में लगा देते हैं.
They put all the money into it. I know that. Such stupid people. तो सिंह साहब बता रहे थे ना उनकी बीवी, कहने कि if you don't have a bar, no Sikh will come to your house. And they say that सेवा क्या करी,
Yeah.
You must do seva, means service, by only giving them to drink. मैंने चोरी छिपे भी नहीं, खुले आम. I haven't seen any Western home with a big bar, you see, in the first hall you entered into. Have you seen any?
In a Western home?
I haven't seen. Have you seen
Yeah,
any?
It's
We
here.
never.
In the upper class, quite a few of them. In the more
Brian, what are
wealthy,
the
quite a few homes have
mechanics?
them.
No, you aren't that kind. You don't. They have a cabinet or something which they open.
Not a full bar.
Here it is just like a pub. That kind of a table with chairs, all fitted with these bottles you see upside down.
No, but how do we get up front to our media people that they can get back to the press that we've got something a bit more sensational to say?
Well, I'll be back tonight, I think. But the 3 or 4 cycles have already been gone through, and I'm not quite sure what the next one is.
Well, let's start again. Let's have another go.
What is saying?
Sorry. Take what?
No, you don't worry on those points. What I'm saying, that you can claim anything. What is the harm? And you can prove it also. That way they can publish always ugly things about me if they want to. Even after meeting me. They do. So why to go? Beforehand we should not form any idea. Whatever comes forward, we'll face it then.
The question arises now whether we want to make it a news item in the sense that I could say publicly at the program tonight who you are and so on, and therefore it was said in San Diego and then they've got something to go up to Los Angeles with, or whether we have some sort of an interview lined up, which I feel would be better, in Los Angeles with these PR people who in turn could go to the other people.
Now the PR people, do they know about it?
Well, I don't know.
One of them is a Jew, that's the problem.
Both.
Another
They are
is,
professional people. That's a problem.
you should say that you should use us for that. I mean, as professionals. That we are claiming like this. You can ask them. Not that they are involved in it, they need not believe in it, but they can use you as professionals.
They will, I'm sure.
It will give them a story. As long as you give them a story, they are all right.
As long as we commission them, they will do.
We've got to give them the line, though, that
That's right.
we're prepared to push and stand by.
You see, because whatever is written in the newspaper has more impression, I think. I don't know, in Los Angeles may not be, as you say. It has much more impression and you have something in the hand.
It's a permanent record. It's a permanent record.
Our press agents, Paul and Larry, were both working very hard on newspapers, but for that very reason, that in fact you can put a press clipping into a book and say, we did this. Whereas it's much more difficult to put a radio interview or a television interview into something that a client can turn over. So they were actually working very hard to try and get the press to respond.
But press
in
won't
Los
have
Angeles,
it. You see, press won't have it without some sensational declaration is made about a person. There is no harm. We can even send it to the Pope. There's no harm in declaring.
Can I?
Yeah, that's good.
Can I, Daddy? Can I get the book?
The thing
Will that will have no repercussion on you as such, isn't it? That's all. That doesn't matter.
I think one of the problems as we see it, Mother, is that we've looked at some of the fringe publications here in California, and there are page after page of people claiming to be various things. They're claiming to be the supreme being, and they're claiming to be all sorts of things. And there's page after page of that. Were it anywhere else but here, it would be sensational. Here, I rather feel they're likely to lump it, to lump it and say, oh, well, here's another one that claims to be.
It's not a statue ever.
But why not? I mean, say it doesn't matter.
I mean, we're saying, not that she's saying.
And why not? I mean, what I'm saying. Why not? Let us, I mean, what's the harm? At least it will have some effect.
Mind you,
do it.
Mind you, it is in the back of my mind, Mother, that last night's incidents may well lead to some repercussions on the part of the church people tomorrow.
What happened?
What?
With those boots that were in the hall last night.
Oh, nothing.
But if there was a repercussion with the church people, then all of a sudden there is a reason for a story and a reason for something to happen.
No, they will. You see, we have taken Methodist Church. I have spoken not once here, many a times. They are not bothered as to what one says. Everybody has freedom here to speak what they like. Methodist Church is not bound, because I have spoken at least when I came in 1970. I spoke in a 73. I spoke in a Methodist church, and last year I spoke in a Methodist church. This year I have spoken in the Methodist church. So no question. But today, when these people come, you can tell them that she is the Holy Ghost and behave yourself. We can prove it to you, she is the Holy Ghost.
It just occurred to me, we've got a newspaper interview here tomorrow morning.
That's what I've been suggesting.
Tomorrow morning.
There's a newspaper interview here tomorrow morning, Mother.
We can have.
No,
There is one already arranged.
Here in San Diego.
In San Diego tomorrow morning.
All right.
So we could begin with that and then say...
Oh, you can say that. There are people who claim. You can ask the interviewer to ask, what do you have to say?
It only needs, Mother, for us to be present before you come in.
Let us be there, and then let Mother come in.
And then when you come in,
All right, let's claim it.
Jai Mataji. Sri Bhagavati Mataji, Sri Adi Shakti Mataji, Sri Namala Devi ki Jai.
Imagine that horrible Rajneesh claiming to be God, that another Mahishasur claiming to be God. Why not me?
Karan's about to move out of San Diego.
Karan didn't know, he didn't bargain on this.
It's okay, I'm looking very much forward to it. Very interesting day tomorrow.
Well, after all, what is the name of this town?
San
Diego.
Diego is what?
Saint. The saintly, the God who is the saint.
Dio. Dio is God.
Diego.
Is it God?
Yeah, Dio is God. I know Dio is God. Dev, from Dev it is. This as we say in Hindi, English. Apan Dev manto na, he so Dio manta.
That's not the saint.
Dio is God.
The Los Angeles forevermore.
Saint of God. Los Angeles is
Lost Angels.
Los Angeles is a Los is a plural. The angels.
City of Angels.
It's a plural. There are two walking here. See, angels.
They got
Could
big
be.
shoulders.
They could be.
It could
Can't
be.
they?
More water.
Seem to be interested in us. Thank you very much for the nice picnic.
Mother, we have something from San Diego that we'd like to give you from San Diego.
तुमसे क्या लेना? भी तुम लोग की तो शादी भी नहीं हुई है. You are not yet married. You can't give me a present when you are not married, can you? What's that? क्या है क्या? और तुम लोग के वो सामान तो वहीं रह गए. Thank you very much. Thank you. महंगा तो नहीं है ना?
नहीं हुआ.
महंगा होगा तो नहीं लेंगे हाँ पहले नहीं. I hope it's not expensive, otherwise I will not take. You are not yet married, you see. Not yet. Little boys, you can't give presents to me. एक I have brought one पीतल का वो लाए थे वहीं रह गया है वहाँ. अब तो तुम लोग आओगे ना लॉस एंजलिस कहाँ देना की. चलो भाई हम तो बड़े खराब हैं. क्या खरीदा है? हैं? मैं देखो अपने जा रहे बता तो सही. Oh Baba, it's so expensive. See now, they can't give me this. Too much, too much. इतना कैसे खर्चा करें?
Beautiful.
Too much. Mexican है ना ये? See, what a beauty. But it is too much. इसका पैसा ले लो. I will take.
नहीं हुआ.
हैं?
ऐसा
ये कैसे खर्चा किया? चाहिए इतना कैसा खर्चा कर दिया? बहुत खर्चा हुआ.
नहीं खास नहीं हुआ.
हैं? सच
From
का.
the whole center, Mother.
The whole sector.
It's too much, I tell you. Beautiful. Just have a look.
It's abalone shell, Mother.
Abalone. Oh, it's lovely.
Huh?
Abalone shell.
This is abalone shell.
Beautiful.
Beauty. This is a very significant thing though. In the evolutionary stage, first of all,
Yes.
Then you see Vishnu became this. And the whole manthan was done, you see, on his back.
Yes. Stage 2.
Stage 2. पाहिलं किती सुंदर आणला आहे.
डिश वगैरे सुपारीची वगैरे
सुपारी आहे आतमध्ये काही ठेवू शकतो आपण आणि असं झाकण आहे त्याला इतकं सुंदर. सो ब्युटिफुल. इट्स व्हेरी आर्टिस्टिक पीस. कौन सा शेल का?
Abalone.
Abalone. What does that mean? Fish.
Kind of like
Shellfish.
an oyster,
Shell.
except they use the shell of it.
It's a crustacean.
Abalone.
Beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
All right, thank you very much. But it's too expensive, I think. इतना महंगा नहीं खरीदना. छोटी सी चीज खरीदना चाहिए. फिर होता ना, I feel embarrassed to take from you people such an expensive thing. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. छान झालं जेवण, छान केलं होतं. अहो फार छान केलं होतं सगळं काही. एव्हरीथिंग वॉज व्हेरी फाईन, एक्सलंट. पुढचे समोसे मग खूप छान छान. कुणी काय केलं होतं, कुणी काय केलं होतं?
प्रतिभाने भाजी केली, हिने भाजी केली, ह्यांनी ब्रेड वगैरे.
Thank you for all the beautiful food. Delicious.
राईस
राईस कुणी केलं? आता बसून गेला, आता जाऊन जरा आराम करा.